Hey Peace Tribe, what's up guys? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Guys, before I even get into the topic today, I just want to tell you guys, thank you for always being here. Thank you for always supporting me. I'm almost at my 5,000 mark. So guys, we definitely have to have a celebration once I hit 5,000. But nonetheless, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So guys, with that being said, please make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend about Peaceful Ambition. You subscribe down below if you're not already subscribed, and hit that thumbs up and share this video out. You never know how this topic could help someone else. So by the title, guys, you see that we're talking about my journey with PCOS. So PCOS basically is polycystic ovary syndrome. Yes, it's something that's very common within the ladies community. So ladies, if you're going through this, you definitely want to listen up. So in the intro, I just told you guys, what PCOS stood for. So again, PCOS is polycystic ovary syndrome. So I wrote down a few talking points, so don't mind if I'm looking down, because I actually want this to be educational for those who do not know. Maybe you're watching this video and you have different changes going on with your body, hormonal or whatever the case is. And this may be the video that kind of gives you that aha moment, like, wow, I have those things. I know that I need to get help now. So guys, the actual definition of PCOS is a hormonal disorder. The ovaries develop numerous small collections of fluid, but they fail to regularly release eggs. So basically, guys, let's just say that we have a uterus right here in the middle. My face is the uterus, I guess you could say, and my arms are the fallopian tubes. Now, in the fallopian tubes, you have eggs that come from the ovaries that go to the fallopian tubes that's supposed to go to your uterus. And that's why we have periods every month when we release eggs and it goes to our uterus and blah, blah, blah. You guys should already know that. Now, if you have PCOS, there may be a chance that your eggs get stuck in your fallopian tubes like me, and I don't have regular periods. So, maybe every couple months I may have a period. Like when I say every couple months, guys, I mean like 3 to 4 months in between. Or if I'm lucky, maybe I'll have a period 2 months back to back and then skip some months. So guys, it can be really confusing. It could be a lot having PCOS. Honestly, it's not even just the period pattern being thrown off, but there's a lot of other things to go along with it. So I wanted to make this video, especially since I got my facial on Friday and I talked to the young lady about the hair. And then a lot of you guys also said, I have the same issue. Thank you so much for even mentioning this in the video. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I was a little nervous to even let you guys see that part because, I'm not proud to say that I have hair growth. No woman wants to say, hey guys, I'm growing a beard, basically. But at the same time, it is real life. Other people are going through this, and it's not something that I can technically help. It's just something that I can treat and be knowledgeable about. And since I'm becoming knowledgeable about it every day, I feel like it's my duty to also help those who may not know that they have it or not know the knowledge behind it. So here I am, Peaceful Ambition. So let's just get into it. So like I said, I explained what PCOS is. So guys, I also want to explain some symptoms that you may have just so we can kind of be on the same level, just in case you say, oh, that's me, I have it. So these are symptoms that I had and also symptoms that I looked up and I'm like, man, I really do know without a doubt have PCOS. So the first symptoms that you normally may detect is irregular periods, fewer than 9 periods a year. Now guys, I have a friend that also has PCOS, but she's on the other end of the spectrum. She bleeds so much. Like when she has a period, it's not just for a week, it may be for 3 weeks or whatever the case is. So, there's different types of PCOS, different strains of it, I guess you can say, or different medical, terms for it. But, PCOS itself is just basically when your eggs don't get released to the uterus, but different things can happen when you have PCOS in different people. So maybe these symptoms may not be particularly you, but you know that there's some type of imbalance or something that's being thrown off in your body. So if you feel like it's you have those irregular periods, maybe you only have 9 periods a year or less, then you may want to get checked out. Also guys, abnormal hair growth, yes, on your face and body. So I want to tell you guys, before I even noticed me starting to grow hair on my face and everything, I noticed first me having really thick leg hair. I know that sounds crazy. I used to shave and then, my hair would grow back, which is normal. But as I got older, later in my 20s and my early 30s, I noticed that when my hair's growing back, it wasn't normal. Not at all. It wasn't just like shave real fast and, hair grows back thinner normally. No, my hair was growing back 10 times fold, darker, thicker, and everything. And I thought it was just because, maybe my hair is just changing from all the years of shaving or whatever the case is. But no, it was my PCOS sneaking up on me, basically. Also, depression and mood swings. Now, you may ask, how does depression and mood swings tie into PCOS? Guys, it's all hormonal. Our mood swings are basically controlled by our hormones. Depression is also hormones. It's the way that we think. If we are hormonal, we can cry at the drop of a dime, we can be upset, we can be happy, or whatever the case is. No, you're not crazy. It's just you need to learn to control your hormones, and sometimes it's easier said than done, especially when you have PCOS. Now, lastly, as far as the symptoms, and these are not the only symptoms, guys, these are just symptoms that I definitely have went through or are going through right now. So another symptom is dark skin and skin tags. I don't have much dark skin that I can say that, became dark when I noticed my PCOS, but I can definitely say that I have skin tags. I have a lot on my chest. You guys may not be able to see it. They're small ones. I have some on my face that are growing. And honestly, guys, I feel like they grew overnight. I just looked in the mirror, I'm like, hold on, this mark wasn't here. And it's not a pimple, it's not a blackhead, it's a skin tag. Even though they may not be raised off of my skin right now, but I definitely didn't have some of these marks that I have now. So those are all things that may be indication that you yourself may have PCOS. So if you do have any of these symptoms, then you may want to go ahead and consult with the doctor, maybe look up PCOS to get some information. But I know those are things that I experience with PCOS. So now, guys, I just want to talk about just, from the first time that I was diagnosed till now, what changes my body went through and what things that I've done in the past and up to now to make PCOS not such a treacherous thing. So I want to say that I was diagnosed with PCOS maybe a year or so after having my son in 2012. And the reason why I say I was diagnosed back then is because after I had my son, I decided to get, I think it's called the Nexplanon. I think. Basically, I had a small stick in my arm. I still have a little scar right there. I had a small stick in my arm that basically pumped out male hormones in my body. Yes, I don't know why I did that. I guess I was just thinking, I don't want to have any kids right now. Let me just get on birth control. Didn't really think about the effects that it was going to have on my body, especially with pumping male hormones into my body. But basically, I felt like that's what kickstarted my PCOS. I felt like I always kind of had it because I got my period really late as a young adult, later than everyone else around me. So, I always thought it was just because I was athletic. And then at the same time, guys, PCOS can be hereditary. So I want to tell you guys, I have the most kids in my family, basically. My aunts, my uncles, everyone only has 1 to 2 kids. So I have 3 kids, and Talani broke the generational curse or whatever the case is, because we normally don't go over 2 kids in my family, on my mom's side at least. So, a lot of ladies in my family, they also have missed periods and all those things. So I just thought that it was hereditary for me to start my period late and all that stuff. But after I got the thing in my arm and, I started having mood swings, I started being really moody. I did go through a lot of depression, and it wasn't because it was so much life. It was just because of things that I couldn't even understand. It was my hormones. It was the things that was going on inside of me. So, sometimes I can wake up and I'm happy as heck. And then later on, maybe 2 hours later, I'm depressed and I don't even know why, because my hormones were off. So when I finally, did some trial and error things, tried to change my diet, change the way that I ate and all those things, I saw that, it's literally my hormones. I think I went to a doctor and I told them, I want to get this thing out my arm. I don't feel the same. I just need to remove it. They didn't want to do it because it was like, if you remove it, you may get pregnant and this and that. So I don't care. I don't like how this thing is making me feel. I don't like how it's making my body change, because at that time, guys, I was growing hair on my legs, on my pits, like really dark thick hair. And I can laugh now because, I used to be so ashamed, but I can laugh now because, like I said, guys, it's life. I'm not going to be embarrassed about something that can now help me to help someone else. So I was growing hair and I was really confused. So it took a lot of research for me to say, you know what, it's this thing in my arm. So I got it removed and I said, okay, good. Now that I have it removed, I should be good. I'm going to bounce back. No, guys, I still didn't have periods. I think the first year of me taking the Nexplanon out of my arm, I only had like 2 periods. 2 periods. I was taking pregnancy tests every month because I was like, am I pregnant? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. But I wasn't pregnant at all. It was just, my body trying to get back on that regimen of having periods and, trying to kick out those male hormones that I had in my body and just trying to get back to Tiara. But it wasn't working. So, I went to the doctor. I actually had an ultrasound because I was so worried. Like, I haven't seen my period in almost 5-6 months. What's going on? So I went to the doctors. They did an ultrasound. Guys, I saw the eggs in my fallopian tubes. Like, it was so scary just to see these white dots. Like, it was a lot of eggs in there that was just bunched up. So, the doctor said, hey, you have this, you have that. These are changes. Are you experiencing this? Are you sleepy? Do you have low energy? I'm like, yes, that's me. That's me. So when they told me that, I really didn't really know a lot about it. Honestly, the doctor told me, you may want to change the way that you eat. And that's just what I did. So that's the first thing that I did when I found out that I had PCOS is I changed the way that I ate. She told me that avocados are good fats are good, basically. Protein and stuff like that, you always want to add them to your diet. I know it's food, but food brings nutrient. Food brings vitamins into your body that can affect the way that your body also works. So I changed my diet. That's one thing that I also did. And also, guys, I became ready for my period at any time because the doctor basically told me anytime your body or those eggs feel the need to release to your uterus, your period will come on. And that's one problem that I always had. People, I will be like, oh, I'm good. Let's go to the park. Let's go do this. I'll be wearing something cute and my period will come on randomly and I won't be prepared. And I'll just be sitting there like, oh gosh, why? And ladies, I know that I am not the only person. Even if your period comes on every month, I'm pretty sure someone gets surprised by their period at least once a month. Like, seriously, I used to hate it. So now that I know that I have PCOS, guys, I keep a tampon, I keep a pad, I keep a panty liner strapped with me somewhere close. So if I know that it's coming on, I'm prepared for it. So that's one thing that's really important for me because I used to go through clothes, underwear, everything so fast because I didn't understand that anytime my body can make this change and I have to be prepared for it at any given time, honestly. The next thing that I did as far as changing, my life to accommodate my PCOS is I took control over my hormones. Guys, like I said, your hormones is basically what is triggered the most when it comes to you having PCOS because when you release your eggs and all those things, those are hormones that shows that your body is functioning correctly as a woman. But when it's building up, that builds up and that does a lot of crazy things to your body, basically. So, when I learned that it wasn't just me being crazy, it wasn't just depression for no reason. It was depression and me being crazy because I actually had something wrong with me. And when I was able to learn that and to know exactly what was wrong with me and educate myself on how I can make me be better or me feel better or do things to make my PCOS not so up and down, I was able to control my hormones, which meant so much more to me, guys. I wasn't just angry. I wasn't just sad. I wasn't just happy. I said, okay, I'm happy right now. And I know that I'm happy because I don't have anything in my life that's going to make me cry in 2 seconds. So when I felt the need to cry or to be depressed, I said, no, Tiara, you're not going to do this. This is just your hormones playing with you. Your mind has to be stronger. And like I said, guys, I changed my diet. So that also helped with my hormones not being so topsy-turvy, believe it or not. So what I also did was I got educated. I learned new things and I'm still doing that. Even with this video, guys, like I said, I looked at some things like, wow, that's me. I have this, I have that. You're never too old to learn new things. I want to stay on top of the research that they find out so I can be like, okay, they said this happened, so I'm going to be aware of that now. So, anytime a doctor says you may have something or you may be in, the state to almost having something or whatever the case is, guys. You want to educate yourself. You know, sometimes educating yourself can be really scary, especially if it's something that, you know, that is not to just easily be treated. But we have to educate ourselves. We can't live in the dark and think that we are going to be on top of things. You know, I had to really buckle down and say, okay, PCOS is something that obviously is taking a toll on my body. I need to learn the ins and out of it so I can learn how to control myself in and out. So that's basically what I did. I educated myself. So like I said, people, when I was diagnosed, I want to say maybe 2014. Possibly 2014, maybe early 2015. Like, it was a couple years after having Tayden, because right after I had Tayden, I put the stick in my arm and I just went through these roller coasters for, you know, a couple of years, honestly. And I didn't understand it until I really had to take a step back and think, like, okay, what changed? What changed me to start being this person? I remembered my birth control. Birth control's never been a friend of mine anyway. But once I was able to educate myself and really to say, okay, this is serious. I need to change my ways. I need to change the things that I'm doing. I need to learn my body on a different basis. You know, things got better. So if you think that the points that I gave as far as the symptoms are just, you know, the things that are happening to you, if you think they are pointing to PCOS, just know that it is not the end of the world. All you have to do is wise up, learn about yourself, and learn about the condition. You know, like I said, I know I'm not the only woman that's going through this, and I actually feel so happy and blessed that I was able to come out of my comfort zone and tell you guys, you know, I have issues, and you guys are like, hey, I'm right there with you, girl. So, you know, I had to do this video just to tell you guys thank you for always making me feel comfortable. And, you know, I'm hoping that this video helps someone also. You know, like I said, guys, it just takes you educating yourself and keep on pushing. Life is never going to be perfect. Your body is never going to be perfect. Even when you think that you're healthy, you can always get healthier. So never give up on yourself. Never give up on people around you. And don't have them give up on you either, guys. So I hope this video was a lesson for someone. And I hope that it definitely can help you all. As always, guys, I love y'all. Let your ambition be your peace. And until next time, peace out.